as we move through and we've thought through these things, let's now help you shape your own purpose statement. As simple as it is, have you done the activity? And by the way, if you haven't done the activity, or if you have done the activity, could you tell me the answer to this off the top of your head right now? The purpose of my life is to what? You know, I met so many people in my life who were extraordinary people, and when I asked them to fill this statement out, they have to create it in the moment. And that's okay. And they feel bad about it, by the way. I mean, I've literally sat down with an ex-president, and I said, could you finish the sentence for me? I'm just curious. When I was interviewing him, I said, and I'm talking about the President of the United States. And I said, could you tell me, what's the finish to the sentence? The purpose of my life is to... Now, this was the president of the free world. And he's looking, and he's like, well, I guess I would have to say it is... And you could see he was creating it in the moment. And afterwards, he said, I guess I should know that, huh? And I said, no, because you've been living what you just said. And so I'm not worried about, do people have defined, polished sentences in their life? There's a lot of quote-unquote self-help gurus out there who goes, oh, you don't have a purpose statement? How devoid of meaning your life must be. And I'm like, dude, get a grip. Like, life sometimes is not having the most polished, perfect thing. It's about living things that are extraordinary. It's about living things with meaning. But hey, you know what? You might as well do this too. And you might as well keep this on your own dashboard of consciousness as well. So here's, if anything, I can give you just a couple ways maybe you can think through this. I'm not trying to shape yours or give you yours, but some simple ways to think through it, as I've worked with thousands of people on this activity. Because a lot of people think they have to have this to have happiness and success and fulfillment in life. And I'm like, no, I never had this. I made millions of dollars before I ever had this for myself, as in terms of something I could remember off the top of my head. I can remember off the top of my head right now, and it's super meaningful. I'll give you my own after you go through your own here. But I would say what's really been the greater thing for me is when I thought about high performance, and I had that definition. Right, have clarity, have energy, have courage, have productivity, have influence. Don't have those because the world gave them to you, generate them. The power plant doesn't have energy, it generates it. You don't have a purpose. You are generating purpose by who you are being and how you are living every single day. That's it. So with that, sometimes it helps people to say this. What's the purpose of your life? So I might suggest a couple things to you. When you're thinking through this, think through this. The purpose of your life is to do a couple things. I might say this. One, you should have some statement in there, or it doesn't have to be one statement, it can be several statements. It's to be what? You know, what is it? You might just have a couple sentences or a couple phrases. What is it? It's to be what? Like, it's to be what? What are you trying to be? Right? Think about that. What are you trying to be? But you might also be a thing where you're saying, well, what is it I want to do? And this is where most people get trapped. They think that their purpose is what they have to do. And they think that this doing has to be about a career. And I'm like, no. The doing does not have to be about a career. Because can you live a purpose in any career? Yeah. You could give me any objective, any goal, any task in the world, and I can still be living my purpose while doing that, can't I? Absolutely. So don't get hung on no, it's got to be this thing. Oh, Brendan, I don't know. I think I'm supposed to be an astronaut, but I'm not sure. I'm like, dude, really? That's called a career choice. That doesn't have to be life's purpose. They can be two very different things, can't they? I mean, your life's purpose might be grander than even that thing. Or it might be smaller than that thing. It doesn't matter, does it? I believe you have to define this at some point in your life, but it's not about having to be this one thing. So your to-dos, just like this, might be several things. This might be several things too, right? But here's the ultimate question. This is where I think purpose statements are really helpful, is when we answer this question that I started with. So that what? And I would argue that this is as important to having a connection to as any of this or the things I've spoken about in the past, because I believe that it's this so that statement that makes life so interesting sometimes, which is, why do you want to be a certain way in your life? Why do you want to do what you want to do? The why is often the hidden purpose. The why is often the hidden purpose. I hope that I've given you some things to think about as you've done this. I hope that you will maybe write out your own purpose statement here, and you'll put it next to your computer, or put it on your, on your desk, or put it in your wallet or in your purse, and consider it several times throughout the day. What we aim for, what we focus on, is what we end up usually getting or achieving. And I think that makes sense. So maybe you hit the pause button right now, and you scratch this out several times. Maybe you've done it before, I get that. But have you owned it? Have you lived it every day? This is what we're talking about in high performance. It's not about some whiz-bang thing. It's about, well, have you owned these things you know? You know you should be focusing on your health. Have you owned that and lived that? You know you should be being productive in life towards meaningful ends. Have you owned that? You know you should be stepping up and influencing others in positive ways. Have you owned it? You know you should be creating magical and meaningful moments with the people around you every single day. Have you owned that? That's my question for you. This statement, if you've ever written it before, have you owned it every damn day? If you did, congratulations. If you haven't, you have your to-do. With that, please pause the video and fill this out for yourself. All right, well, I hope you really did pause it and you took some time to think through, well, what is the purpose statement if you had to give it? I'll argue and suggest that no matter what you came up with here, I would still love and hope that you will focus on and understand that your job is in some ways to live these things, because these will give you the zest and the juice. And the purpose statement is great for aiming overall. And I hope you wrote down your purpose statement and you'll keep it in mind over and over and over again. I'll end this video by sharing with you what my purpose statement is and how I thought through these simple questions of being and doing and so thatting. Does that even make sense, Travis? I don't know. But I hope that you will also take this to heart and realize that this is just something for me. And this is something I've been saying to myself now for the last, I think, 7 years. And it's something I say before all my videos. It's, if you see me backstage, often I'll be walking around talking to myself. I'm usually saying this out just to get myself grounded to why I'm there and just to give myself a good rhythm of what I'm all about. And this is for mine, this is for me. You might have your own. The main question is not, is it right or is it wrong? It's, are you living it for yourself each day? Here's what mine is, and maybe you can judge me on how well I've done over the last 5 weeks for you in serving you with this program. But if I had to design mine, I'd say this: the purpose of my life is to be fully alive and vibrant, right? That's my first B statement. To be fully alive. My purpose is to be alive and vibrant. It's the gift I was given. I was given life energy. I want to amplify that. To do what? So that here it is, to be fully alive and vibrant, to adore and appreciate my loved ones. Because I know I was here to connect with other people, and I want to adore and appreciate my loved ones in all I do. Another to do is to strengthen and share my gifts. I believe I've been given gifts and you've been given gifts, and that maybe if we can recognize what those gifts are, or we can choose what those gifts will be, that we can amplify them. So here's my so that statement. My so that statement is that for me, I wanted to inspire others to what? To live more fully, love more openly, and to make a greater difference today. And while it might sound a little hokey that I end all my videos and all my work for the last 7 years with this simple thing, that I chose that and I wanted to be about that. And so that's my thing. My quest is to be alive and vibrant. It's to adore and appreciate the people around me. It's to strengthen and share my gifts so that for me, I might inspire other people to get the same blessings that I was given. When I stood on top of a crumpled hood one day and I thought, you know, life's really about living and it's really about loving. It's really about mattering. And so this has been my purpose statement. I hope I've served it for you in this program in High Performance Academy Master's Course. I don't want to say goodbye here in this video because you will be talking in this coaching call coming up. And the coaching call is all going to be about more on leadership, much more on starting movements, and a little bit more of tying it all together with a grand purpose. But I hope if this is the last time I get to see you visually in this course, until we begin our next 2 segments of the course, the bonuses you received of the $5,000 influence course, the $5,000 business accelerator crash course. Until we start those, until we see each other, I want to honor you. I want to thank you for being here with this journey with me. I know that this simple dedication you've made to watching these videos, to going through this training program, will make profound impacts in your life that you could never have seen if you will just do them and keep doing them and keep doing them. Make these ideas practices in your life. Master them. And the mastery happens by doing them over and over and over and noticing the qualities and the distinctions and getting better and better and better and more deeper and focused on your life and living the life you know you can live. You can have great abundance of clarity and energy and courage and productivity and influence in your life if you choose to have those things. If you now decide from now on to generate higher levels of success and high performance and love and contribution and creativity and energy and magic in your life, you can create the life that you were meant to live, and that's the only way it will ever happen, is you chose. You made a decision. You said, this is what my life is going to be about. This is how I'm going to live my life. These are the things I'm going to stay focused on, and I'm going to keep working it and making my life better and better every single day. I hope along the way I have inspired you and I have lived my purpose statement, and I hope that you recognize that our paths have crossed for a certain reason, that there's a reason you and I met right now. We may or may not ever know what that reason is, but I honor that journey. I'm grateful for it, and I've been truly deeply honored to serve you so far in this program. I look forward to talking to you in our upcoming coaching call. I hope you listen to that. I'll officially say goodbye in that coaching call for this program anyway. I know that our paths will continue to cross all of our lives because they've crossed now, and there's a reason for that. And I look forward to seeing you out there on the road or in the coaching call or in the next modules. But until our paths cross again, I hope you go out there every single day of your life. You live your purpose and you stay aligned and focused on that. And along the way, you live fully, you love openly, and you make your difference today.